Hey everybody, welcome to the Legacy Ascending Discovery call. We're going to do something we've not done before, which is we're going to play some videos for you. And these videos are videos we produced here in the last couple of weeks to help facilitate understanding what it is we do in all aspects. Now, we're not going to take the whole time doing it, and we'd very much be happy to answer any questions that you have about funding and those kinds of things. But Daz, did you have anything for them before I launch into some of these?
Yeah, I'm just excited as far as what they're going to experience and just to be able to get a deeper perspective on some of the things that we've already talked about.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Let's see here. Let me make sure I've got the audio right because I've missed that in the past. There it is. Share sound. This video we created because there are people who are coming to us from other funding sources who are running aground. Here's what we've discovered.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Legacy Ascending. Today we're going to talk about some of the scams that are going on in borrowing money or lending money for 0%. There are a lot of companies out there that do what we do, that have good relationships with lenders, and they will give you 0% for up to 20 odd months and a 60-day grace period, much like we will. However, we've recently discovered some very concerning things about what those companies do. In fact, Legacy Ascending is the only company that we know that doesn't do these things. We just had a client come to us who had gotten a great deal of funding, and it all went wrong for them because they did not get their funding from us. Here's what we're talking about. So the other guys are very happy to get you funding pretty much the same way we do. But what they're very happy to do is A, charge you, or B, give you an exorbitant amount of money on the backside. Now, we also have fees on the backside. Somebody's got to make money somewhere. And the bank actually gets most of those fees, but they're really quite affordable at 10%. But some have much, much, much higher. And others charge you lots of money up front, whether you get funded or not. But the bottom line is none of these companies give you any kind of plan. And as we know, if you don't have a plan with your money, you're going to lose it. Even people that win the lottery, getting $4 million a year, go deep into debt because they don't have a plan. We are always going to get you a plan. Our process only costs you the dollar. And once, whether you get your scores, you send them in, and then from there, it goes, and we have that plan. But we are not like others. Here's the stuff that those other companies are not going to tell you. They can't get your credit cards. They're going to send you credit cards just like we do, 0% credit cards for up to X amount of months. They cannot get you to cash them out. The only way you can use them is cash advance, which is the worst, most expensive, limited way where the banks make all the money. You might as well have not done this. We, however, have a program that will get you almost every squeaky little penny out of your credit cards for less than 3%, which is basically what the vendors get charged when you use a credit card. So it's the same. We had a client come and wanted to open up one of our Shopify stores, which cost $50,000 and having some cash in the bank. And they got over $100,000 from somebody else, but they couldn't get the money out. And the people who got them the funding would not help. Sorry, pal. Good luck. It was thanks to us and one of our vendors, in fact, our Shopify vendor, who was able to figure out how to do it. And this person is now making money in a Shopify store because we stand by our products and we stand by our clients. Even though this guy got his money from somebody else, we still stand by you. There's a bunch of interest stuff that goes on those cards. Yes, it's 0%, but how long? And what's the interest rate on the other side? A lot of those interest rates after the 22 months or the 18 months or whatever, some people only get 12 months on some of those opportunities. It's 20%, 30%. Ours is 10%. Know that. Then again, there's no support. Once you get funded, next people. It's just like churn them out sweatshop. That's not us. We want to make a relationship with you, keep the relationship, because good relationships are how everything works. And we want you to succeed. And then lastly, they're going to give you the lots of funding, good luck, and they don't give you any assistance on how to go buy how to create a churro business, how to create a car dealership, how to set up a vending business, how to deal in real estate, how to find tax auctions and get into a house for $10,000, maybe even your first house, how to manage your funds, how to trade crypto. All of these things are things that we assist people with, whether they get funding or not. But if you're going to get funding, we require that you have some kind of plan, and so does the funding for the funders, I should say. We also have a 24-hour LLC program, set you up in 24 hours. Again, the business opportunities are there. We have an affiliate program. When you refer somebody to us, you get a portion of their the money that they pay for that. We have vendor relationships, not just vending, but vendors, ATMs, real estate, lots and lots of availability once you get funded. And of course, we have 3 levels of funding. One is the one we're speaking of here with the credit cards. There's another one at a business level, and then another one for real estate. And again, there's no cost, just that dollar to go get funded. And we will always be backing you. We have a large format real estate education. If what you want to do with your funding is get into real estate, we have a large format crypto education as well. If you want to trade, which you can certainly do with this funding. And then we also help you with marketing for your business, marketing as an affiliate, all of which is included. There may be some fees for large format opportunities, but generally speaking, it's included when you get funded with us. How do you get funded? Make sure you have a 685 FICO score in all 3 agencies. Make sure there's no lates or bankruptcies or anything like that. Apply at the3scores.com. It's actually not an application. It's just where you get your scores. And you'll download them as a PDF. Some of your browsers won't do PDF, so you'll have to actually print the page as a PDF. And then you're going to email that to us on our secure email at funding@legacyascending.com. In the body of the email, your name, your address, phone, and last 4 of your social slave number. We look forward to hearing from you. If this has been of benefit to you, subscribe. We'll see you soon.
All right, y'all, that's video number 1. And if you've got questions about anything that's popping up in these videos, just shoot them out into the chat. All right, here's the next one. Like I said, we've done a whole bunch of these. Hold on a second. I'm not going to play all of them for you. Oh, this share window is really a pain. Oh, yeah. We'll just play for you some of our favorites here. What? They won't. Here we go.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Legacy Ascending. Today we're going to talk about the things that they won't tell you about getting funded. And even more importantly than that, what they are telling you about borrowing money and how you must not do that. Old Dave Ramsey, God bless him, or not. He's a total shill trying to keep you poor. Are we really going to save money in a bank account or in stocks for 81 years and then spend all of that time in our life when we could be living a good life? Spending time with our kids, saving. Let's talk about this. Here are the things that we always hear, right? We've heard this since we were kids, and even some, they're screaming it now. Let's debunk each one of these. You're going into debt to get funded, to fund a business, to do your trading, to do whatever that is. Well, the Bible talks about, won't somebody give up everything to buy a plot of land, everything they have? Won't they give up everything if they know that buried on that land is some treasure worth a country? Of course. Now, in our economy, wouldn't you go into debt? Wouldn't you go into debt if you were like, there's $2 billion on that? You'd take out a loan. Of course you would. Because what's coming is more valuable than what you're putting out, or the interest rate. That's called good business, and that is the fundamental principle upon which capitalism is based. This entire country, Western, you borrow from grubby banks that hate you in order to make money for them and money for you. You can't afford the interest. Well, how would 0% sound? That's what we're offering, y'all. 0% interest. I think you can afford the interest. It's basically free money. Literally free money. It's bad finance. Okay. Why do by the way, we're not giving just you 0%. We're giving a company in which you control. Now, we can help you set that up in about 24 hours. No big deal. But why do corporations get 0% financing, and why does retail get 30% financing, or 20 or 10? Well, why do you think? Why do you get financing as, so I call you all of us all social slaves, right? We have social slave numbers. Why does a bank give us money? Because we want to go buy doodads. We want to go buy a car, a house, clothes. None of those things make money. I'm sorry, your house does not make money. It costs you money. It is a liability. Your rental house, no, but that's business. I'm saying you personally, any loan you're getting from a bank, they generally believe and know, and they're right, you're not going to make money with it. You're going to lose money with it. But a company, generally speaking, borrows money to make money. So they get a much better financing term because they know that what you're going to do with it makes money and gives them a much higher probability of getting their money back from you. So it's not bad finance. In fact, the entire financial system is set up. It's set up to do this. Not to give you money borrowed on your house, to give you a loan to buy a business, to set up a business. That's what it's for. It's good finance to borrow money. Whoa. Some people are mad now. I get it. Rich people use their own money. Are you sure? Name a rich person who got rich using their own money. You cannot. Not Robert Kiyosaki, who screams the opposite. Not Richard Branson. Not Warren Buffett, who borrowed his first money and bought his first stocks. No one. Only poor people use their own money. We have other videos on this channel that show you why that is. It's brain bending. It hurts because we have been lied to about this. Saving is better than going into debt. Are you sure? Right now, we're looking at 12 plus inflation, regardless of what the stupid Fed is telling us. They are lying. We know, because how has the price of bread been in the last year for you? 2022 to 2023, hasn't it at least doubled? That would make this number 100%, but we'll say it's 12. What are you getting in your savings account? Well, they're up. It used to be like 0.01%. Now some of them are 0.5%. We at Legacy Ascending have a bank account that's doing us 1.5%. And that's a checking account. It's not like we're saving money in there. It's just where the liquid money is. But we're still getting about 1.5%, which is pretty great. But your inflation's 12. It's 24x what you're making in saving. Worse, your savings are taxable. A third of them, more than a third, going away. Is it really better saving money, y'all? No. It's the quickest way to lose money, to save money, Dave Ramsey. Interest is deductible when you go into debt. In most cases, if you are in debt for a business, deductible. There's no time cost. It didn't cost any time to get this. You didn't have to work to go get the money. You just got it. Yes, they're going to charge you interest. It's deductible. And you get those business rates like we were talking about. Can you see how this is set up for you to borrow? The benefit goes to the borrower, not the saver. You're a slave to the creditor. Give us your tithe. Listen, y'all want to tithe? You can always make more money, but you know what you can't get back? Your time. Don't tithe money. It's perfectly legitimate to tithe your assets, and your time is your biggest asset. In the Bible times, yes, you're a slave to the creditor. In fact, they'd throw you in prison. It was called debtor's prison if you didn't pay them back. That's bad. But we don't got that now, do we? And by the way, are you good being a slave? If the reward for being a slave is you make more money and you get free? You see how they're telling you stuff that ain't true? They're keeping you down. You're a slave. No, you're not. If it means that I'm free by being a slave, that I'm making more money than my parents and grandparents ever did by being a slave, then I'll do it. And of course, these are all governed by the rules of the Uniform Commercial Code, so they can't put you in prison. I mean, unless you do something criminal. Please don't do that, obviously. The difference between borrowing and funding are here. Yes, a lot of folks are talking about borrowing, but that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about getting funded for business interests so that make money. That's what we're talking about here. And in this case, 3 of these things are going to be maybe a hard thing. If you go, for some of you who go through our program, you need to have a business. You need to know what you're going to do with your business, and you have to have good credit. Well, good news. So we can get you hooked up with a business in about 24 hours in a non-income bearing income tax state. And then what you're going to do with your business, we go over everybody. No one gets funding from us without knowing exactly what they're going to do with the money so that they can talk to the lenders, but also for their own benefit. You don't want to get money if you don't know what you're going to do with it, y'all. Y'all should know that. And then good credit, we have good credit repair lenders that are with us. You can also use your own corporate credit. And if all else fails, because it's going through a business, you can use other people's credit. I know it's impossible to believe, but it's true. People are doing it. You want to go through our credit program? Very easy. It costs $1 and like basically nothing. You need to have a 685 credit score in all 3 bureaus. No bankruptcies or lates or anything like that. Apply at the3scores.com. It is a soft inquiry. It won't ding your credit at all. You're going to download a PDF of the scores. Some of your browsers may not download as a PDF. If so, just print and save as a PDF. You're going to email that to our secure email at funding@legacyascending.com. In the body of the email, your name, address, phone, and last 4 of your social slave number, and you'll get a response from our lenders within 72 hours business days. Usually much, much faster. So hopefully this has been valuable to you. If so, please subscribe. Talk soon.
All right, that's that one. So for those of you who are affiliates, we'll make these available to you. You want to send these out. Most of them are about 5 minutes. Some of them are a little bit less. Thank you. Again, any questions, fire them off in the chat. We'll get to the next one, or we'll get to your question after the next video. They want you to start. Oh yeah, this one's so juicy. I think. Wait. Yes, this one.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Legacy Ascending. There's a bunch of secrets about having your own business that they really don't want you to know, and we're going to expose some of them here. We have another video where we talk about why they don't want you to incorporate, but this is why they don't want you to start a business. The world runs on slave labor. Now, when we say slave labor, a lot of you, and I know me too, think that, oh, well, that's like the guys over here in Africa that are slaves, or the Asians that are in the sweat houses and all that. That's not what it runs on. Those people are just the unfortunates. It runs on all the guys and gals here and here, and here, of course, too. The good folks who have 2.6 kids and a white picket fence who are willing to be self-imposed slaves at a job. Because you're not working for your wealth if you have a job. What's the most valuable asset on the planet? It's not labor. It's your time, yours. And they are leveraging your time, your lifespan to make them money. What is the market price? Do you even know? For what you do at your job, do you know what the actual price, what the market would bear if you did it on your own? Think about that. Corporations run the planet. They can't afford to pay you what you're worth. So they have to trick us, the media, and what our grandparents said when the economy was a completely different place, and saying, hey, I'm getting good pay. Folks, there's no such thing as good pay. There's only slavery. You are saying slave or hook me up, whatever that is. And I know I'm a white guy saying that, but it's the white guys too, and gals, and the Latinos, and the Asians, the blacks, all of us. It's not a race, it's stupidity. We're in a job working for someone else, giving away our time on the planet for pennies. Do you know what you would do if you were to do what you did out in the market on your own, away from your job? Do you know that you could make probably 50% more than you are at the job? Because they can't afford to pay you that. If they could, they'd go broke. They got to make a profit margin. There is no such thing as good pay. And if you hear somebody say, oh, I'm making good money, no, you're not. If you did, here's the problem. This is why they want you to be at a job. The company would be forced to pay employees more because all of a sudden there's these guys out here doing an independent contractorship. Now the employees are like, well, why wouldn't I do that? Oh, no, stay with us. So now they got to pay more. Prices rise. Inflation goes up. Economies die. You'd have taken their clients because you still undercut the clients. Like, I'm not going to pay the company prices and all their overhead. I'm going to go to Joe Schmo over here although he's making more, it's still cheaper than the company that has all this overhead. And eventually they'd have to come to you and say, all right, we're going to buy you. We're going to buy your business out. Don't you do this business anymore. We're going to pay you $1 million. But then that goes to their bottom line too. Raises prices, inflation, etc. But the most important part, They have no control over you. You're an independent contractor. You're starting to see why this is a problem for them. They got to have everybody working at them 3-letter words, JOB, so that they can control you. You want to do something in liberty and freedom, they pull your job. But if you're an independent contractor, doing your own business, incorporated, corporate structure, ain't nothing they can do. If you're in a job, you're getting hammered with the maximum tax, maximum control, and maximum retirement payments. That ain't going to go to your retirement. We got videos on here. We talk about IRAs and 401ks and how it's just such a joke, much less Social Security. And of course, they're taking your most valuable resource. It's really like they're just taking your kids and putting them in a meat grinder. That's what's happening at the job, as they're taking your most valuable asset and pillaging it, taking it from you for pennies on the dollar. To be fair, it's not for everyone. Some people need to be at a job because they don't have the planning or the capital or the energy or the time or the courage. It takes courage. It's not like easy. There's knocks. Some of this stuff we can help you with. Some of this stuff we can't. Like, we can't help you with your time or your energy. And we can maybe help you figure out how to help, organize your time, maybe deal with nutrition. Courage, that's on you. You got to say, I've had enough. My family's worth it. I'm going to take some risks. Smart risks. Planning, absolutely. We will absolutely help you with that. But the capital part, that's where it all comes in big time. And once you get the capital and have the planning and have the courage, the energy shows up, doesn't it? How do we get the capital? Well, get yourself to a 685 FICO score. And if you can't, we can help you with that too. Or we can show you how to use other people's capital or other people's credit to get there. No bankruptcies, please. No lates or anything weird on the account. You're going to go to the3scores.com. You're going to, it's not apply, but just put in your numbers. It's a soft pull on your credit. It won't affect it. And then you're going to take the resulting numbers. You're going to email them at funding@legacyascending.com, the PDF of what you get from the3scores.com. And if you can't make the PDF, just go print and then save as PDF. Put in the body of the email your name, address, phone, and the last 4 of your social. And send that to us. You'll get a response from our lenders in about 40 or 72 hours or less. And if you're denied, they'll tell you what you can do to fix it. Hopefully this has been valuable to you. If so, subscribe, and we'll get you some more videos soon.
I see I got a typo I got to fix on that one. But anybody mad after that? That's kind of intense. It was kind of intense. But the facts are around your job and those in your family who are suffering in the work environment. What we're trying to do, what Daz and I and all the affiliates are trying to get you out of that workforce and into something else, something much more profitable. All right, let's see here. Why they don't want you to incorporate? Yes.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Legacy Ascending. Today we're going to be talking about some of the secrets as to why they don't want you to incorporate. See, the world is run by companies. It's not run by the governments. The governments are pawns of the companies that run everything. And the companies have special wealth building and tax avoidance rules. It's in the Uniform Commercial Code, it's in the Banking Act, and of course it's burned into the secret places of the Secretary of States of all 50 sovereign states. Now, most people believe that they just can't get there. They're like, it's too hard. It's not meant for me. You got to have a lot of money to do it. I don't understand all the rules. I might get into trouble. I get it. You don't want to get into trouble. This is not something you want to do. But I'm here to tell you that you can do all of this. And then CPAs are going to, and you're like, oh, well, I go to my CPA. I'm here to tell you that you can do this and that all the rules that are available to these mega companies apply to the little companies on the whole. Now, some of you are saying, oh, well, I went to my CPA and they said, oh, I should set up a trust. I should set up an S Corp. I should set up a sole proprietor LLC. Folks, that's like asking the wolf where Little Red Riding Hood should go walk. Again, the same rules that apply to megacorps can apply to you. CPAs are taught by the same people that run the government. They want you in a job. We have a video about why they want you in a job. So here are the things that you get as a social slave. This stuff, This is the reason why we can't get out of debt, why we can't get rich, why we can't do any of this stuff. It's just very difficult, and they make sure it is. Now, to be in their defense, it's because most people are crazy and are willing to do really bad things, so they have to keep people down. Companies, however, have all kinds of incentives to be able to make money, because that's the purpose of a company, to make money. And if you have a company, like if you will, once you go through our funding program, whether you're accepted or not, we can help you set up a company, then you have all those benefits as well, but you need to set it up correctly. And I promise you, your CPA cannot do it. We will show you how to do it. We can get you set up in 24 hours or less. And now you can see why they don't want you to have this kind of power. I mean, just from this last one, no government involvement upon death. The assets, the government doesn't get to touch them. There's no probate. There's no nothing. You get better loans, right? You're protected under the sovereign states. The federal government can't even mess with you. Very difficult for the IRS to come in and do anything. You've got unlimited asset protection. You can move your stuff offshore. You got to be careful with that. And a way better tax rate. It just goes on and on and on. So, if you want to get funded and become a part of that Legacy Ascending 24-hour program, which everybody who goes through our funding program is a part of that, you have to have a 685 FICO score. It also needs to not have a bankruptcy or late on it, something like that. You're going to go to the3scores.com and run your credit there. It is a soft pull. It won't affect your credit at all. You're going to download the resulting scores as a PDF. If your browser doesn't do that, then just go print and save as the print as PDF and email it to our secure server at funding@legacyascending.com. Your name, your address, phone, and last four of your social in the body of the email so we know where the attachment goes, etc. And then we will get an approval or denial from our lenders within 72 hours. And one of the great things is that our lenders tell us what you need to do to fix it as well, which is incredibly valuable. From there, you get on the phone with us and we'll talk about plans, what you're planning on doing with the money, and go from there. Hopefully this has been valuable to you. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll talk soon.
All right, that's that one. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Oh, there's Deborah. Hello, Deborah. This is probably my favorite one. What to do, how to retire your family in 3 years, your extended family. What if you could retire? Here we go. It's just amazing how some of these numbers work out.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here with Legacy Ascending. Today we're going to be talking about getting your entire extended family to retire in 3 years. What would that be like? And is it even possible? Let me show you how. So we've talked about in other videos here on this channel how you can, in 7 months at the churro business, plenty of other businesses you could do this with, but with the churro business, make $350K from simply $11,000 in funding. So I'm making this up. This is your family, grandparents, parents, brother, cousin, Vinny, and your wife, sister, and uncle. Each, if they contributed $5,000 to a family business, you'd have $25,000, which is nothing to shake a stick at. Maybe none of them could do it by themselves, but altogether, the power of family investment can't be underestimated. That's how the elite do it, family investment. And what do each one of these people need to retire? $85,000 a year, and then sister and uncle together, because they're separate, need $115, altogether $455,000 per year. How's their credit doing? Remember, we don't want to use our own money if we don't have to. These folks have great credit. Sister, not so much. Cousin Vinny, not so much. And the uncle, yes. So that's good. What could they pull from our level 1 credit system? 35, 25, 50, nothing for them. And then your uncle could do 12,000, a total of 122,000 at 0%, which is pretty great for a family. Altogether with fees, $135,000. Pretty awesome. Let's apply this money in a way. We have a total outlay of $135,000 that we could deploy. Now, we're not going to do that in the beginning. We're going to just take 10,000 of it, get 10 Turo cars rolling. We're going to take them to the Pink Slip loan folks, which will give us up to 100% loan to value because we bought these cars at one of our special auctions. So we bought them way below the Kelley Blue Book value. So, but the slip loan folks don't know that. So they'll give us 100% loan to value, maybe even more. Buy 10 more cars with a little bit of a debt service. Now we can put them into play at $35 a day. And I've checked this out. Actually, in the last couple of months, I was working in Los Angeles and did my own Turo rentals. And this is a pretty conservative number if you have a reasonable car, especially the kinds that we know that everybody should get that do the best value. 20 cars, 700 a day, 30 days, 21,000 a month. With some debt service and some other fees, you're looking at about $17,500 a month or $210,000 a year, month one. Month two, everyone splits the pot, $17,500, $3,500 each, not a bad wage. Buy 10 more cars, do the same thing. Now you have 40 cars doing $35,000 a month, $420,000 per year. Now we're almost at the $455,000, aren't we? But we want passive income. Now, month three, we're going to split the pot to everybody, $7,000 each. We're going to take what's left over and take $15,000 and get mentorship from our guy who does car dealerships and buy 40 more cars. Now there's 40 cars and a dealership with 40 cars. Pretty great. We cranked another $35,000 from our Turo business. No big deal. Month four, we flipped those 40 cars at 50% profit because again, we got them at an incredible deal. We didn't go pink slip them because we're going to sell them. We're going to flip them, but that still turned us $40,000 profit. We still have 40 cars, and we turn that around. We have the $35,000 a month plus $40,000 in sales. That's new. Now we keep doing this. 2 years later, after putting $500,000 into everybody's whole life annuity, which we've talked about on this channel as well, at 6% a year, that's $30,000 a year, tax free. The business is sold for $25 million. Not hard to do at all. Our mentor will show you how to do that as well. Divided amongst the family, that's $5 million each. At 2% a year is $100,000 per year. You don't even have to touch the capital, y'all. And I think everybody can do 2% a year in something. And what happens is maybe grandma and grandpa pass. And as we know, whole life annuities have a minimum of $1.5 million. They each had two. Now $3 million goes to the family. And again, this is how the elite pass down wealth. Divided four ways, everybody gets $1.7550. All parties now have $500,000 in a whole life annuity at, $30,000 a year. $5,750,000 sitting somewhere, hopefully not in a bank, which at 2% minimum is $115,000 a year. Now, how much did they want to make? Where is it? 85. We're way over that now. Plus, they've got massive resources. And how much did it cost? We didn't even use $135,000, yo. We didn't even use it. And we obviously were able to pay that off. The family paid that off, whatever portion that we used, very, very easily. This is the power of not only leveraging family wealth, but also leveraging your credit score with our level 1 lending program. How do we start? Well, you go to the3scores.com and you go through the process there. It's a soft pull on your credit. It doesn't affect no inquiries or anything like that. You'll take what's the resulting page and save it as a PDF. If your browser doesn't do that, then you'll just print and then print as PDF. Every browser will do that. You take that file, you send it to us at our secure email at funding@legacyascending.com. In the body of the email, put your name, address, phone, and the last four of your social, and send that on. We will get you a decision from our lenders in 72 hours or less, usually a lot less. And if you get approved, we'll get on the phone with you and show you what we can be doing with the money when it shows up, which should be in about 2 weeks. And if you get denied, our lender is kind enough to tell you what needs to be done to get it fixed. Hopefully this has been very valuable to you. Family leverage is everything, y'all. If this has been valuable, subscribe and we'll give you plenty more videos like this to come. We'll talk soon.
Awesome. That's one of my favorites. And those numbers work out. It just doesn't take much, but it requires getting the family together. And Daz and I have a passion about that. One of the things that we got together about when we were, got real excited about when we started this business is, really doing the footprint, the blueprint of what the elite do, and it's all about family. Nobody can do it by themselves. You're not supposed to do it by yourself, right? That's kind of the lie. Oh, you can do it on your own. Nah. Use your family. Use the assets that are in your family and see what happens there. This is the last one. Hopefully you will enjoy it.
Hey everybody, Mark Edward Lewis here from Legacy Ascending. You know, a lot of people want to do our funding program, but they don't have enough money. Not that it costs any money to do it, but some people think it does. They don't have good credit, which it definitely requires good credit. But listen, let's get rich anyway. Let's do it. What's required? You need to have a 685 FICO on all three of your agencies or better. And if you don't, that's not going to work out for us. Or I mean, it could be higher, obviously. You need to have a pre-existing LLC or better. We've talked about how we can set that up for you in 24 hours. You got to have a plan for the cash once you get it, which we definitely are a part of with you. And you need to have that dollar. But these are the issues that we run into. We see this a lot, that people think they've got good credit, but then have some of these issues. Almost all of these are solvable, but really, who cares? Because if you got 20 people, $35,000 in your community through the funding program, meaning you brought them to Legacy Ascending, they were approved for $35,000, that's pretty good because you'd get $7,000 for that. Just your friends and family coming and getting funded. Then, if you got 2 people got Shopify stores, that's 500 more bucks for you. Not to mention, you're getting a percentage of their gross after a while. If you get 10 more people at 40,000, that's 4,000 to you. Now you've got $11,500 after a couple of months, maybe, that you didn't have before. Remember, you don't need credit to do this program. You can still be an affiliate with us and do great. Well, it's not over yet. You wished you've had dreams of buying your first house, but you didn't have the credit and don't have the money. Well, you do now. Take that $10,000 and buy your first house with our tax auction program. There are many, many houses available that are only $10,000 because they've been foreclosed on for not paying their taxes. And the only thing that you have to pay to get the house is what's owed in the taxes, sometimes $10,000. And we have a vendor that helps you with that. And then all of a sudden you've got your first house, but maybe you don't want to have that. You could sell the house for later for a fair market value of $30,000. You got $31,000 in 7 months. That's not a bad wage. How does it work? Well, everybody that you bring in, you get a piece of their real estate. You get a piece that they sell. You get, by a piece, I mean a fraction of the money that they receive in profits. You also get a percentage on the affiliate fees themselves, the people that you bring in, and the funding that they bring in, which is mainly what we were talking about. You also get a percentage of their gross on their Shopify stores, and a nice little $250 payout for the Shopify A value that people sign up for when they get funded. Sort of looks like this. The more people you bring in, the more money you make passively. Sort of like a multi-level marketing company, but we're definitely not that. You need to be coachable, meaning there's a lot of stuff to learn, and we need to make sure that you can appreciate that you're not always right, that we might know better, and that failure is your success. The more you fail, the more you'll succeed. You need to already be having a community that you can tap, be great at cold calling, or be able to construct a great team, or all the above. That's fine too. Having this as knowledge is very helpful, but not required, because we've done the work to figure out all of these things so that we will pass them down to you so that you won't make some of the mistakes that we've made and others have made. But our price for an affiliateship is $3,499. And that may be more than you can afford, and we understand that. But listen, what you've just done by being an affiliate is make, in this case, $31,000. And if you didn't want to sell the home, you'd have your first home. That might be a pretty great deal. It might be a pretty great deal, in fact. But we understand that we also want to work with great people, and we want to get this information and these opportunities out to as many people as possible. So we've reduced our price for a limited time to $19.95, and you can make those payments over the course of 3 months. If being an affiliate with us at Legacy Ascending sounds great to you, please send us an email at affiliate@legacyascending.com and let us know that you would like more information, and myself or Daz or someone else will get on the phone with you, and we will make a plan for wealth for you. If this has been valuable to you, subscribe to our channel and you'll get lots more content like this. We'll talk soon.
All right, y'all. Them's the videos. There's a bunch more too, but we're not going to take more of our call here to show them to you. If you are an affiliate, all these videos can be available to you to use for your own marketing or your own Twitter channels or Instagram. Probably a little too long for Instagram, but you can, whatever you want to do with them. We are making them available to you. Daz, if you have any questions, jump in. There it is. She's got our YouTube channel there. Daz, anything you want to add?
Yeah, we're gonna have some blog articles as well coming out, and then just some other tools that'll be available. So I'm pretty excited about it. Regardless, the fact is, I mean, you can't live without having 2.5 incomes right now. And the only way to beat needing 2.5 incomes is to definitely have a business on the side. You ain't got to stop what you're doing, but you definitely need to have a plan free. People say a plan B, a plan free, a plan for freedom. You need a plan for freedom.
I mean, that's it, y'all. Let's figure out a way as fast as possible to get out of those JOBs for not only ourselves, but in one of the videos we talk about the Jews. And one of the most important things that culture does is they make sure that no one person gets wealthy. They make sure that everyone around them gets wealthy as they go up. As they go up the ladder, they're bringing everybody with them. That is a powerful, powerful way of being for family and community. And so there's another video we did where it shows you, here's how you get rich, getting other people money. And that, again, a part of our affiliate, like, hey, if you're an affiliate and you just got you got your neighbor and your mailman and the person at the post office, like I live out in the country and I know the postmaster general who's at my little post office. If I got her $70,000, if I got the mailman $30,000, if I got my neighbor $100,000, right? And then I give them a plan. No, you don't have to quit your job right now. That's not what I'm talking about. Just do this. Maybe bring the rest of your family in. I'll come in and sit in and we'll do a Zoom and we'll talk to your whole family. Maybe some of them will get more funding too. Cascade, cascade, cascade. You're getting paid to bring wealth to your community. And maybe you don't have good credit. Maybe your balances are too high. Well, if you're getting paid to get other people money, you get to use that money to pay it down and eventually you can participate. But I want to stress that if you're in a place where you're like, I can't really participate, I'm going to say this, and y'all are going to get mad. That's small thinking. Small thinking. Think about everybody else that you can help. All the boats rise, and you can be the one who brings the tide. You don't have to be a boat. You'll be like, well, yeah, but I can bring the water in. Watch this. I'm going to bring the wealth. I'm going to bring the energy and money in. And Daz and I hate to be cocky about it, but I think Daz would agree. We have some incredible vehicles that are just kind of, for most of y'all, rotting because you're not involved. And I know you're like, but I only have a 585 credit. Listen, let's talk. There's a way to get your community involved, your community in plans, and Daz and I are very happy to do a group Zoom with your family or your community center or whatever, saying, we're not financial advisors, we're just a couple of good-looking folks, but we have the vendors and we will bring them, just like we brought every vendor to you over the last 6 months that we've worked with, that we've been, giving to you. We brought in the Turo people, we brought in the car dealership people, we brought in the tax lien, the tax auction people. Who else have we brought in? Every step along the way, we're saying, look, these people, they want to do the same thing we're doing. Bring wealth. And just imagine, for those of you who live in a place that maybe isn't high income, what would it be like even if every house in your neighborhood got $3,000 more a month? It's revolution, y'all. That's no more dependency on a government that's not doing us any help. I'm not being political. I'm just saying, I don't care which side are you on. Our government ain't helping us right now. They're bailing water as fast as they can. We got to help ourselves. We got to help our communities. And these are tools that the elite use. They obviously use it at a much higher level, but it's available if we know how to do it. And we can help you figure out how to do that because we've done it. And we've got people now making money hand over fist in their Shopify stores and their Amazon stores, and people that have bought dealerships that are starting to build their generational wealth. I've got people who are affiliates that are asking us about whole life annuities, and we're hooking them up with our financial advisors. We can't help you with that. Obviously, that has to be through a financial advisor, but we've got vendors for that. People like, go set up your generational wealth so that when you die, your family gets $1.5 million. That's rad. So, Mark, thank you for yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely wealthy. Wealthy and welcome. In my brain, yes, there we go, wealthy. You're absolutely wealthy, y'all. There we go. So, with that said, any other questions? Anybody mad? Some pretty hardcore stuff we were talking about here. Anybody mad? You're like, well, I'm a Dave Ramsey disciple. Dave Ramsey, his headquarters is about 10 miles from me here in Tennessee. And I drive by it every day that I got to go to town. And I'm like, you know how much that thing is worth? It's probably worth $100 million, that compound, that huge building, parking. They do events there. It's like almost like an indoor arena in there. It's probably 20 stories. It's amazing. You think he saved money to do that? No, come on, people. You know where he got the money from? Suckers. Suckers. And the banks. He's not going to tell you that. Why would he? He's making too much money as a shill. So let's sidestep the good advice that they're sending to the churches. He's the guy for the churches. You all know that. And let's start doing what the elite are doing, which they've been doing for 100 years and taking our money in the process. Trading, you guys want to trade? That's great. But look, trading is a job. Trading is a job. I did a video, I don't know, 4 months ago where we broke down, even if you had $100,000 in an account and you were making 10%, your trading hours are going to make you around $50 an hour if you're doing good risk management. And then, some of you are like $50 an hour. That's pretty good. And some of you, that's what you're looking for. Great. But ain't none of you talking about taxes, because they're going to take 35, 40% of it. You in a blue state, they're taking 40% of it. And they don't like it when you don't pay them. So trading's great, but I'm saying business is what generates generational wealth. You know why the elite don't trade in the markets? They're not sitting there looking at charts. They're out there doing business. They're, creating whole life annuities and all that other stuff. So the trading thing, we all know, if you've been in DCG or whatever your group, we all smart enough to know that, listen, the markets are set up to take our money. If it wasn't so, they just shut them down because they're not going to eat each other. They're not going to eat each other's money, right? Like, no, we're going to get all the little people's money and then make them go back to work and stay in their job, keep them poor. They don't want you to do a business because they know that's what they've been doing. All right, sorry, I got my soapbox here, y'all. So, any questions about that? We're here to help. We really, Daz and I are probably the most opposite in energy. She's a woman, I'm a man. I'm tall. Well, Daz isn't that short. She's shorter than me. She lives in Mountain Time. I'm in Central Time. She's on the trading side. I'm on the business side. She's on the marketing side. I'm on the finance side. But together, we're here to help y'all. And whatever we can do, and maybe it isn't us, but if we can help you find somebody else for what you're looking for, that's what we want to do. And that you all keep showing up on these calls, it means so much to us. So don't be a stranger. Let 2023 be the year that you get it right on how you handle your finance, the plan for your passive income, and how you're going to set up your family and community to win. And that means you're going to be a leader. Some of you are like, I don't like the leader thing. I just want to step back. That's fair. I get it. It's not for everybody. But community wealth and family wealth, you think your family's going to ask you, hey, can you help put us together a community event so that we can learn how to do what you've done? Nope. Think your community, your neighbors are going to come over and go, hey, Samantha, could you set us up, maybe do a little dinner, and then we want to hear about what you're doing? Nope. It's going to be you reaching out saying, listen, I want you to participate and what I'm participating in that's changing my life. And I want it to change your life. It's not, look, I'll bring the cookies. You just show up and I'm going to show you some great stuff. It's going to be you. Leadership is only as hard as invitation is for you. And we invite people. That's the fundamental nature of sales. It's just invitation. I don't need to sell you anything. Daz and I invite you to these calls. We're not trying to sell you. We're just saying, here's an invitation. If it matters and you're like, I could see value for myself there, come on in, y'all. And that's how affiliates do what they do. We train them, just invite. And the invitation's there because we've got prime rib, we've got amazing ribs, we've got amazing, coleslaw. Well, some of you don't like coleslaw. Whatever the vegetables are that you like, that's it. We got it all. All right, y'all. We're almost done here. Any last chance for questions? All right, got it. As always, let's see. If you haven't seen, Daz put the YouTube channel in the chat there. So if you haven't visited our YouTube channel lately, there's a lot of content about to go up there. Stay tuned. Love you all. Please reach out this week, and we'll talk soon.
Blessings.
Yes, sir. We got to get tighter.